month where I go through all the events that are going to happen next month. I did leave a few things out in June. Sorry about that. It's ridiculously hard to do it, trying to keep track of seeing what they have posted. I didn't miss C4's, they call it their season finale, where you had a pretty solid card. I'll share the link to that in the description below. But you had, off the top of my head, I believe you had Kobe Durst taking on Vanessa Craven for the Underground Championship, and you had tag team partners going against each other when Matthew St. Jean took on Thomas Dubois and Stu Garrison from Super Smash Brothers for the C4 Championship, which was pretty cool to see. Again, I'll share the link to all that information in the description below. But also, we have a PWA event happening on Friday in Pembroke. I don't know. But it's going to be a Canada Day kickoff to support local food drive. So, again, I'll share a link for that event in the description below. But one thing different is, I'm not going to share every event's link because I can't find half of these events on Facebook. I'll just share the link where I get all my information, most of my information from. And again, disclaimer, I may forget some of the events, or I might have glossed over some. Hell, maybe some are just not announced yet. So keep an eye out. Let me know if I missed any, so I can bring them up in my Wrestling in August video. Before I forget, I'm also going to share a link to Pro Wrestling Eclipse's Summer Surrender event. I wish I could have been there, but I'm a huge Tigercats fan, and they were playing the Argos in Toronto, so I went to the football game. Kind of wish I didn't, because Tigercats sucked during that game. But I'll make a promise to Dr. Mask, if you're watching this, going to watch this, I will be I'm going to make sure I try to get to your next event. So, if you could PM me or just tweet me or whatever you can to let me know when you're planning the next Pro Wrestling Eclipse, and I'll try my best to make it out for that show. So, let's get started. So, on July 1st, that's when a lot of these events are happening, because it's Canada Day. They're Canadian organizations. Of course, they're going to have something big on Canada Day, especially since it's 150th birthday. So, we have IPW, Independent Pro Wrestling. They are having a show at the Brantford Lions Park, and it's the Canada Cup 3. Not much more information about that. Sorry. A lot of these Canada Day ones, there's not much information. So, literally I just see a name and, they're having a show that day. Write it down. Another one is Sunshine City Wrestling. Can someone please tell me what organization that is? Because I can't find any other information except that they're having a show as well at Cochinchine Park. I hope I pronounced that right. And it's Canada Chaos 3. So if anyone has any information about Sunshine City Wrestling, please send me a message, make a comment, give me a tweet. I'd be interested to find out more about them, because, like I say, I can't find much else information about them. Then we got Pure Wrestling Association. They are having an event at Riverside Park in Cambridge, And of course, it's another Canada Day themed one with Canada Day Carnage. Also, they're having an event in British Columbia as well that day, so it's going to be split rosters because PWA splits their time between Ontario and British Columbia, which you will see in my video, which I'm going to do for Canada's 150th birthday. I'm going to talk about every single organization I could find across Canada. So I'm going to go from BC to Prince Edward Island. We also have Smash Wrestling. Again, no information except on their website where they say where their live events are. That's it. There's like no real card announcement for this, but it's just a Canada Day wrestling event that's happening at Barry's Bay, the township of Madawaska, I believe it's pronounced, and it's at Lakeshore Park. As well, we got Northland Wrestling, which is taking part at the Ribfest in North Bay. It's Ribfest Rumble, and they're having a match to determine their first ever tag team champions. You're telling me you never had a tag team belt before this? Wow. And it's at the Voyager Hotel in North Bay. Sounds interesting. And then, as I mentioned in June, in my video, they do, I kind of cheated on this, but I'll mention again in this video. Barrie Wrestling is having a 3-day event, which is starting on June 30th, and it's going to conclude on July 2nd. And it's the Canada Day Clash. This one, I will give you a link to their Facebook page for more information because they're spewing out so much information. It's worthy of its own video, and I don't really have the time to make a whole video on the Barrie Wrestling. I'll try to, but I can't guarantee it's going to be out in time. Then, on July 2nd, I say, you're going to have the Barrie Wrestling continue on that day, as well as you're going to have another Smash Wrestling live event, this time in Madoc. And it's going to happen at the Madoc and District Recreation Center. Again, not much information about this event. Then we go to July 6th. Rock Solid Pro Wrestling. It's Vendetta 8. It's happening at the Caruso Club, and it's at 385 Haig Street. It's spelled Haig. Haig Street. And it's in Sudbury. And it's part of the Italian festival that's happening up there. So you're gonna have guys representing Italy taking on people representing Ireland, which would be pretty cool to check out. As well, you're gonna have some of your featured people, like you always see the Playboy Johnny Atlas there. So that should be a pretty decent event, especially if it's the 8th one. Shows you how long that event's been going on for. Then, on July 7th, Super Kicked, they're bringing back Lucha Madness. So it's Lucha Madness 2 happening at the Super Kick studio at 66B Fraser's Avenue. Last one sold out. It's like a more intimate setting, so check it out, people. As well, this is not really an event, but for any amateur people looking to make it big, this is being hosted by Border City Wrestling in Windsor, and this is the great Scott D'Amore's wrestling one of his organizations. So it's quality there, and they're having a tryout for Impact Wrestling as well as the Japanese promotion Noah. So if you're into wrestling, check them out. Then, on July 8th, we got Smash Wrestling. This time I can actually have something to talk about with this card. It's their debut in Sarnia, Ontario. The card is called Begin Transmission, and it looks like a freaking great card. Like, these cards that I'm going to announce with Smash coming up, like, top notch. I wish these cards were happening in Toronto. Toronto is having a solid card itself, but I would prefer one of these ones. So, the one in Sarnia is happening at the Station Music Hall at 505 Campbell Street. And you got Hala Beefcake taking on Every Time I Dies, Andy Williams, and Kevin Blackwood in a tag match. That's going to be great. Like, Hala Beefcake is always fun and entertaining to watch. And Blackwood's rising up and cover, and Andy Williams is busting his ass off trying to make it in this industry. So I know for a fact it's going to be a solid card of match. Then you have Tarek taking on Impact superstar Braxton Sutter. Hey. You also have the endorsement, Sebastian Schwab. And I don't know if Kingdom James is going to be there. I believe he is. And he's going to take on probably one of his biggest challenges to date in former WWE United States Champion MVP Montel Fontavious Porter. Guys, you gotta get some tickets for this event. It's your debut event, and they're bringing you MVP. So, people of Sarnia, check this out. You will not be disappointed in Smash. Smash is a quality organization, and they always bring you top-notch cards and events. So, check them out. As well, you got Greed versus this guy just received the WWE tryout, Cody Deaner. And Cody Deaner, solid performer. He holds quite a few independent championships in this province. So, again, Smash is really bringing it. Then, for your championship match, Tyson Dukes puts up his title on the line against Brent Money Banks. Solid card, man. Sarnia, like I say, I can't illustrate this enough. Go check it out. It's only $25 for a general admissions ticket. And like I say, Smash always does a great show. Also that day, in Tottenham, Ontario, there is a PWA event happening as well. And it's a free event, and it's going to be happening at Queen and Mill Street. I guess it's some sort of festival happening that day. So, check it out. It's free. Come on, people. You won't be disappointed. And then you got Crossbody Pro Wrestling, Ghost of a Chance, happening at the Crossbody Pro Wrestling Academy at 69 Angus Street in Kitchener, Ontario. And the card goes as follows. You got a tag team championship match where the champions, Riot Makers, featuring of Holden Albright and Mark Wheeler, defending against Jake O'Reilly and Kid Supremo. Then you got a championship match with Leo Knight taking on, this is weird, Cowboy Psycho Mike Rollins. Because he says Psycho Mike's not going to be there. It's going to be Cowboy Mike. Interesting to find out what's happening there. But like, if you've seen any of my other videos, Mike Rollins can play any type of character. Heel, face, comedic, serious. He's a great all-around performer. Then you got Randy Rain taking on the Diamond Tiger, Kobe Durst, taking on the Playboy, John Atlas. As well, You got the Best of Friends taking on, going for the Blue Ribbon Championship when you have Alessandro Del Bruno taking on the Hacker, Scotty O'Shea, as he defends his title against his, like I said, defending his title against his best friend. As well, you got the Fabulous Freebird versus Stratosphere, Freddie Mercurio taking on Brandon Jacobs with Mr. Hamill, not Mark Hamill, a different Hamill, and as well, Big Ben Artemis taking on Lucas Hancock. I can't describe a few of these guys because they seem to fight in that wrestle in that area more often than in the Hamilton, Toronto area, where I'm more accustomed to seeing people. So, but the people I do know there are top notch, and they always provide one hell of a show. So, Kitchener, show some love. Go to Crossbody Pro Wrestling. As well that day, you got Acclaim Pro Wrestling Star Magnum 7. This is happening in Ottawa, Ontario. So, hey, if you finally got over your hangover of Canada Day, go check them out. And that's happening at the Polish Combat Center at 379 Rarely Street. Then, on July 9th, you got another Smash show happening in London, Ontario, at the London Music Hall, 185 Queens Avenue. And it's a long way to the top. And you have Hala Beefcake taking on probably one of the coolest teams in Ontario right now, the Super Smash Brothers. Then you also have Cody Deaner taking on the Hacker, Scotty O'Shea. Braxton Sutter facing Montel Vontavious Porter. Then you have a four-way that was announced. It's going to be Greed versus Kevin Blackwood versus Tarek versus Dylan Andrews. And with Tarek and Kevin Blackwood, there's some history leading back from May at Have Ring Will Wrestle. This will be the first time these two will be in a match together, and there's going to be shit that goes down. Trust me. As well, you got Mike Rollins taking on Brent Banks. And then in your championship match, you have your hometown hero, the Wrestling Machine, Tyson Dukes, defending against that douchebag, Kevin Bennett. How the flying did he get a title match? He's a loser. I just hope Tyson Dukes whips his pussy ass around that hall. And because I frankly will not want to see Kevin Bennett as the champion. No one wants to see Kevin Bennett as the Smash champion. And this is a collective from everyone that enjoys Smash. Fuck you, Bennett. As well that day, we got Evil Championship Wrestling. It is called Classic Championship Wrestling, but I believe it's Evil Championship Wrestling. And they're having a couple free shows in the South Ontario. First one is at the Essex Fun Fest, and your main event is going to be Rage versus the Playboy Johnny Atlas. Or is it John Atlas? No, yeah. So, that's going to be... No, wait. I think it might be Phil Atlas. I'll have to double check. Or Dr. Stiefel, if you can help me out here, I will tag you in this video so you can. I'm hoping you can respond to me and give some information about what's happening down at Stiefel Championship Wrestling, because he is the man to look for when talking about this organization. Then, on July 14th, you have Northern Western Wrestling Experience Nemesis, which is happening at the CWF studio at 20 Harstall Street in St. Catharines, Ontario. Again, not much information about it. Hopefully the link I attach to this will have the information you need about these events. As well, there will be another free Stiefel Championship Wrestling event, this time happening at the Augmont Fair, which will feature Cody Deaner in the main event. Hey! So, Stiefel, please, hopefully you can give us some information about these events. Then, on July 15th, we have Death Proof returning to Hamilton, Ontario with Notorious Bastards. This is a 19+ event, so sorry for the people, wrestling fans, that are not quite 19 yet. And this will happen at Christopher's Banquet Center at 746 Barton Street. As well, on that day, all the way up in North Bay, you got Northland Wrestling Mall Brawl. Yes, it's actually going to be taking place at a mall at the Northgate Shopping Center, and I believe it's going to be happening in the Sears parking lot. Again, check it out. They got quite a few matches announced for this event. Then, on July 16th, you got Smash Wrestling returning to the Phoenix Theatre in Toronto, Ontario. And it's Love Life, Love Wrestling, #support the scene. I will not go into depth about this card because I will do a hype video later on about this event. But from what I see, it's looking like it's going to be a stacked card, and I can give you this, that they will have Lucha Underground star Matt Cross going to be there. Then, on July 21st, you got Super Kicked, King of the Six, which will happen at the Great Halls Longboat Hall at 1087 Queen Street West. Again, more information later when they give us some information about what's happening at the card. But I believe one match that is going to happen, based on the event of the last one, No Vaseline, you'll have the White Russian, Anton Alexev, taking on Jake Nothing. Yes, I'm not going to even say that you're something, because you're nothing. Jake Nothing for the Super Kick Championship. As well, Super Kick will also have another show the next night at the same place, but there has been no information about this event as to date, not even a name of the event yet, so keep an eye on Super Kicked media feeds and on their website to see more information. But I will most likely also make a hype video for the Super King event, King of the Six, where hopefully there will be a name for the event that's happening the next day. But talking about on the 22nd, you will also have a Destiny show. This is a special Destiny show though, because it's the challenge, and they are going to be facing an American organization, House of Glory, based out of New York City. So this will be a great opportunity for some of us Canadian fans to check out some of the local American talent that the U.S. has been providing. So this will be happening at the Woodbine Center at 500 Rexdale Boulevard in Etobicoke. So if you're a fan of Destiny, and I also feel like a lot of other independent fans should check this out, because this will be our first chance to see a promotion outside of Canada come up here. Then on July 23rd, we got Crossfire Wrestling Bring the Heat 6 at the Meriton Community Center at 7 Park Avenue in St. Catharines, where you will see the Neo Heavyweight Champion, Impact Star Congo Kong, defend his title against Crossfire's Rob Rage. These are two big men, and it's gonna just be a brutal match. Don't expect no high-flying acrobatics, flips, or anything. Just expect an all-out brawl between these two. Then, at the end of the month, you got Smithville Championship Wrestling. They're going to be at the Zurich Fair. And it's also going to probably be another free show. Then, finally, we have an Alpha 1 wrestling show. But this ain't going to be no typical wrestling show. This is the second annual Purge. And it is shaping up to be huge. And it's going to surpass last year's, for sure. Because returning is newly crowned ROH World Champion. One half of the Alpha 1 Tag Team Champions, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And he will be back to team up with All Ego Ethan Page in a rematch against the Virus, the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and the new guy, GQ Gavin Quinn. Also, you have the return of ACH as he will take on that wannabe Ben Affleck, Alex Daniels. I will do a full hype promo for this because, my God, it's Alpha 1 and it's the Purge 2. And like Smash, Alpha 1 always puts on solid quality cards that never disappoint the fan, and you always leave happy and entertained. And it's a great bang for your buck. As well that day, ACH is going to be busy, because after that, he's going to be at Lucha TO. Pancha Tendence. I don't know what it's called. But it's going to be having at 555 Dundas Street West in Toronto, Ontario. And for any Death Crew fans, you know where that is. That is at the Rock Pile. So, that's your lookout for July. Sorry I've rambled on a little too long. But, trust me, I bet you anything, I've probably missed a bunch of events that are happening. So, if anyone knows of any events that are happening or coming up in this month, please, don't be shy. Send me a message. It's much appreciated because this is a very tiring process, looking up all these events. I hope to be at a few of them this month. I'm going to try to be at a few of them this month. Well, you'll definitely see me at the Smash at the Phoenix, and of course at Alpha 1, The Purge 2. But I'm also going to try to be at the Destiny show as well as the Super Kick show on July 21st. Also, I'm hoping that Dr. Mask, you can get back to me, tell me when the next show is. I would love to do more content for Pro Wrestling Eclipse, because I think it is a great organization based out of Oshawa, Ontario. This is Tyler from now. Peace out, and don't forget to check my fellow brethren of the Del Bruno Mafia, Brian's YouTube channel, for the latest information about Alpha One Wrestling. As well, he also talks a little bit about Courage Pro Wrestling, which, again, I'll get back to in August. So, peace out. And don't forget to follow the members of the Del Bruno Mafia, because we will always have up-to-date information about Alpha One and other organizations happening in Ontario. Peace out again.